global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Some days ago, uh, Shettima, who happened to be the vice president of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, APC Bola Ahmed Tinubu, made statements about Peter Obi. It didn't sit well with a lot of persons. But as we speak, Arewa youth have removed him. I don't know the kind of grace that Peter Obi carries, but I realize he rarely responds to whatever accusation you met against him. Somehow nature does abhors vacuum. It will just fill itself. Let's find out what Arewa youth have done to Shettima that is shocking as well as surprising. Let's hit the news running. The last may not have been heard of the derogatory remarks made by the vice presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC Senator Kashim Shettima on the capacity of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP Mr. Peter Obi to preside over the affairs of Nigeria as a coalition of youth from the north has removed him as their patron. While condemning Shettima's comments, considered by many as provocative, the youth under the auspices of Coalition of Arewa Youth for Peace and National Development, Kwayaponu, that's COAYPANU, have called on Nigerians to reject politicians that promote bigotry and other tendencies that threaten peace and unity. Recall that Shettima had, during an interview on Arise TV last weekend, questioned the capacity and competence of former governor of Anambra State to lead the country as president. In a derogatory tone, Shettima has said that the LP flag bearer could best be a president in Igbo land, thereby attracting criticism from thousands of the latter's supporters who identify themselves as obedient, among other well-meaning Nigerians. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has no political base and structure to win the next election in 2023. As far as I'm concerned, he is politically structureless, with little or no experience to lead this country. Nigeria requires a technocrat and a sound administrator who will continue from where President Muhammadu Buhari stopped, not someone who will come to take us back to the era of PDP. Nigerians don't want that. Presidential position is not for the unprepared, neither is it for an all-comers affair. Peter Obi can only become a president in Igbo land, but definitely not in Nigeria. Nigeria is too big for him to handle. He has no leadership ideology, no experiences like President Muhammadu Buhari and our incoming president in the person of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the former Borno governor, has said. But the Arewa youth, in a statement on Sunday by the national president Alhaji Muhammad Gawadabi, said Shettima's attack on Peter Obi smacked of perceived bigotry. Hence, their decision to remove him as patron with immediate effect, considering the weight of the provocative, divisive and reckless statement made by our patron Alhaji Kashim Shettima, which is against the spirit of unity we stand for, and following consultations from members across the 19 states of northern Nigeria and approval from National Executive Committee in an emergency Congress meeting held, we by this statement announce the immediate removal of APC vice presidential candidate as our patron. We are ashamed to associate ourselves with someone of Shettima's standing who, despite piloting the affairs of his native Borno State as governor for 2 consecutive terms, still does not know that Nigeria is for everybody, irrespective of tribe, religion, and cultural backgrounds. The reckless and retrogressive statement he made against Peter Obi and Igbo presidency is his personal view and not that of our organization, which he was a patron at the time of the provocative statement, Gwadabi said. Specifically, the youth stated that the caustic statement was a reflection of the former Borno governor's state of mind, adding, however, that such disposition showed that he could not be trusted with the highest office in Nigeria or anywhere in the world. The statement reads in part, "The era where Arewa you just accept whatever choices All decisions made by APC is gone for good, and that point must not be taken for granted. Henceforth, northern youth who are distinguished in every right shall vote character and competence, while relegating tribe and religion to the background as far as elections that will decide their future are concerned. We call on all well-meaning Nigerians, especially our youth and northern elite, to, in the interest of our diversity and unity, condemn in the strongest term the unpatriotic statements capable of igniting ethnic tension in the already charged polity. We hold that such crass propagation of bigotry must not be allowed in a decent society such as ours that is multi-ethnic, multi-religious, and secular in nature. In demonstration of our zero tolerance for rascality and whatever goes, we have caused the removal of Senator Kashim Shettima as our patron. We are mindful of the fact that as youth from the northern region, we are no doubt at the receiving end of the insecurity plaguing this nation with attendant death, destruction, and hunger. As a matter of fact, there is hardly any part of the north that is peaceful today, as insurgency, banditry, and kidnapping have become second nature. May we therefore use this opportunity to tax our leaders to eschew bitterness in the pursuance of political power, knowing that as a fragile nation, all effort must be geared towards the stability and peace of Nigeria. This is well said. I must commend the Arewa youth. They have really stepped above par. I must say this, it looks like this issue of insecurity and the fact that they're the receiving end has really shaken them up, especially the elite amongst them. And we hope that the elite also will go into the grassroots and let them understand that bigotry does not have a place, it shouldn't have a place in our politics. And especially the fact that insecurity is biting deep. It's actually affecting all regions. And all hands, all well-meaning Nigerians, all hands must be on deck to ensure that, he did this same statement of trying to attack character of a person and the rest was done with the Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osibajo. It was just played down on, although he later apologized. I think we should start by, ensuring that people stop attacking people, but rather, what can you give? Don't attack the person. Why would you say you can only rule Igbo land? Is he not a Nigerian? Those are statements that will even bring a lot of necessary, and God so kind. I know why you have decided to act speedily. Well done. Though what is to him, for someone like Shettima, what is grand patron to one organization, he really doesn't care. There are bigger fish to fry, bigger wins to get. But at least it's a step in the right direction, and we celebrate it. Let's feel the pulse of Nigeria. This one here say a step in the right direction. Kudos Nigerian youth. The same words that I just said. And that person here says Shettima is afraid of Obi's presidency because Obi and Dati will deal decisively with terrorism and their sponsors. Okay, this person here is saying from all indication this Shettima man does not want to look into normal politics. Well, let's just see how it goes. Let's go wrap it up. Let's put in that comment section what's